What's going on, boxing world? Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Dro Fats TV. I'm gonna give you my fight prediction. We got Boots Ennis going up against Eimantas Stanionis. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to Dro Fats TV. But let's get right to it. This fight is next week, April 12th, out there in Atlantic City. And man, I've been watching film, and I gotta say, man, I'm worried for Boots in this one, man. Stanionis. He's only fought once in the last 3 years. He fought last year, May 4th, on the Canelo Berlanga undercard. His opponent was 37 years old with only 8 fights as a pro, but had a extensive amateur background. But Stanionis, man, for a guy who hadn't fought in years, it was a 2-year layoff prior to last year. I mean, he had good stamina. He had a power jab, a strong left hook. That left hook could land on Boots' chin, and he threw over 700 punches, man. And the fight went the distance. It went to Stanionis, obviously. That's why we're here for Claim the Crown. But Stanionis, he looked sharp in that fight, man. And, Boots, we last saw him in November. I think it was November 9th out there in his hometown, Philly, Wells Fargo Arena. He ran it back with Karen. And prior to the fight, a lot of people thought he would stop Karen, knock him out, but that fight went the distance, mainly because, Karen, he doesn't have no power, but he's a very skillful fighter, good lateral movement, good footwork. And, the fight before that, he fought David Avicini. I think he stopped him within 5 rounds. But, David Avicini, man, he just, flat footed guy. Boots was just able to go to the punch him to the body like he was a damn, punching bag, man. He just stood right there. And I got news for you. Stanionis is not going to do that. He's gonna throw a flurry of punches at Boots. And when I say punches, I'm not just talking aimless punches like Emmanuel Navarrete, like Vaquero punch in the air, punch in the sky at times. Like Stanionis has very good punch placement. He's accurate. He has power. I think he only has 15 or 16 fights, 9 KOs if I'm not mistaken. But I see this fight going the distance, man. This is gonna come down to whoever lands the most effective punches that appear to wobble or hurt their opponent. I think Boots is gonna be fighting on the back foot the majority of this fight. He will have his moments stepping to Stanionis, but I don't see if somebody does get dropped. I could see Boots getting dropped, man. He's susceptible to that left hook. Now, if Boots fights as the southpaw, he could always catch and counter that left hook of Stanionis. But Boots is gonna switch, man. He's gonna go from orthodox to southpaw. You never know when he's gonna switch. And if Stanionis has been watching film, and he could catch Boots at the right time and drop him. I'm not saying he's gonna stop him, but he could drop Boots with that left hook. Remember, Karen caught Boots with the left hook I think it was the first round or the second round when they fought in November. But again, Karen has no power. Stanionis does. So, obviously this is the unification fight. Also, the vacant Ring Magazine belt is on the line. And, the ring belt, it kind of determines who's the man of the division. So we're obviously going to have 3 judges that are familiar with championship fights, big fights. So this is really going to come down to what style do the judges prefer? The person who's stepping to you, being the pressure fighter, throwing accurate, effective punches, or can the counter? And if Boots is just only the counter puncher, will he land combinations? It can't just be 1 and 2 counter punches. He's got to land combinations, 3, 4, maybe even 5 punch combinations against Stanionis, which is going to be hard to do. He has that high guard, but I see both guys landing a lot of punches. It's just going to come down to endurance. But if I say it's going to the judges championship, yeah, I don't know, man. I know this is my fight prediction, but I don't know. I honestly don't know who is going to win this fight. I believe this is in the hands of the judges. I mean, you see the odds right there. Boots is a -590, Stanionis +400. I mean, if you like the upset, you Stanionis could pull off the upset. Let me just add to that. If Stanionis does win, my thoughts is Brian Norman Jr. He's gonna if Stanionis wins, Brian Norman Jr. He's gonna go fight Jin Sasaki out in Japan, go get a bag out there, and Stanionis will then unify against Mario Barrios. They're both a PBC, same side of the street. That's what happened, and Boots will have no choice but to move up to 154. These are just my thoughts and opinions, how I see the boxing world. Definitely want to hear your feedback. So leave a comment down below, hit the thumbs up, like the video, share with a friend of a friend, and subscribe to Dro Fats TV.